We outside with it today. Got the mic on me. And the moon is looking beautiful too. Hold up. I don't know if you can see. Hold on, let me give you a better. Yee! The moon is looking real nice today. But in this video, just like the title, we're gonna talk about how life is school. And I wanted to make this live like the past couple days, but making music, getting videos posted, I'm doing it all myself, and I'm grateful that I'm showing that I'm not only able to do so, but stay consistent with it. And I decided to come outside because high key, the upstairs, no AC, no AC. So we outside with it, and it feels better outside than it does inside. So we gonna rock out. Before I even really start, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's here right now. Thank you to everyone who's listening to this, to who is taking in this information that I'm giving to you. I decided to go live on my YouTube because I love YouTube more than like any other platform. I could do this on TikTok. I could do this on Instagram, but YouTube is where I want to grow the most. Is where I want most of my supporters, most of my people that want to simply grow with me. And because we are here right now in this moment, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's watching this, no matter how far ahead in time you are. I'm thankful that you are here. You know what I'm saying? We big body. All right, so let me go to the notes I had put because this is some very great information. I have a lot of notes of things that I have not really brung to the surface simply due to the fact that fuck it, I'm not making excuses. We here right now in the present, so we're gonna make it happen. So first off, life is a school. The way I broke this down is from first to eighth grade. Now, you know, first grade, you like what, 5, 6, 7 years old or something like that. I don't want you to think from that concept because school itself is a training camp. It is not a place that is literally teaching you how to become the greatest version of yourself. How or why do I say school is a training camp? It's multiple examples. Number one, you're being told what to do. Number two, you have to follow in lines to go to the next place. You have to be told when you use the bathroom. You have to be told when you got to eat lunch. You have to listen to the bell when the bell rings, and all of these things. We don't have an authentic way of us really embracing the fact that life itself is a school of experience. And school is simply the opposite of that. Hello, Cake. Thank you for being here. Is that 4 eyes? That's 4 eyes. My grandma said you are hot. Thank you. I appreciate it. And if I'm hot, she's sizzling. Oh shit. All right, for real though. So like I said, first through eighth grade is what? First through eighth grade. I want you to think of first grade as like you're 5 years old. Second grade, you're 10. Third grade, you're 15. Fourth grade, you're 20. A lot of people are here just saying I look good. Thank you. I appreciate all of the wonderful compliments. If you're here, please like the video. Please like the video. I'm here to talk about why school or life is a school for experiencing. Is it drippy? I don't know what that means. I'm gonna focus on what I'm gonna talk about. So number one, basic math. This is where 5 years old comes in. All right. Once again, I am not explaining this from the school of point where how society has school. Each grade that I'm giving you is 5 years apart. So first grade is 5 years old. Second grade is 10 years old. So keep that in mind. So first grade, basic math, addition, subtraction, follow directions and ask questions. I took this as a concept of when you add and subtract, you're adding things together in life that either adds on to what you want to do or it subtracts what you want to do. All right. So naturally, we put two and two together when it comes to things we're going through. For those who street smart, understand. For those who are book smart, understand. And you subtract things that you don't want in your life anymore. It's a lot of great great trolls in here. Awesome. Love the trolls. Even the trolls have a purpose. I'm gonna let them stay under the bridge though. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So once again, the first grade, you're adding things into your existence, adding things that you feel like it matches you, that you feel like adds on to your mission, your purpose, and the reason why you're living. Subtraction, that means you are looking at things that you don't like and you making sure that you subtract that out of your genetic structure. You subtract that out of your soul experience. You feel me? Now, following directions. As a 5-year-old, someone who is 5 years old, what they do a lot of is, I'm the highest in the room. Hello, Savannah. I'm doing good, Savannah. If y'all have any questions, y'all can definitely ask them. What's good, J-Dog? So listen, for the first grade, how was your evening? It's really good. Let me continue. So once again, first grade, talking about somebody who is at least 5 years old, and someone is in second grade will be considered as 10. What I'm talking about is why life is a school of experiences. In each grade you are going through in life represent a certain level of experiences that you have to go through to aid you in your journey. All right. So what's my education? My education is life. My education is experience and soul and expansion. So listen, for all those who is here, we're going to keep flowing. Follow directions. As a soul and as a being that has a awareness, what you have the ability to do within the life that you have is to follow what you desire to do. Follow what completes you. You know the word, not the word, you know when people say be authentic to yourself, you're following to your authenticity. So if you're following your authenticity, then that means you're doing a better job of following the path that you generated for yourself before you even got to this realm, before you even landed in the body that you're living in. All right. So that is the third point for number one. And then what's it called? Ask questions will be the last thing. This is the last thing from the first grade perspective when we're talking about life at school. Ask questions. You know when you've been in middle school, even preschool, high school, college, at all levels of school that we have in society, they always say there is no stupid questions. I want you to also know that in every question that you give out into the world, even if no body is existing in the environment that you're in, a spirit can answer your question. A soul can answer your question. Nature can answer your question. And because nature can answer your question, then it can give you the opportunity to gain more intelligence, gain more wisdom in your journey in life. Shakira Duncan, I am talking about how life is a school of experiences. Okay? I just talked about all of the points of what a first grader, a 5-year-old, as a soul experience in life would be. If you want to hear everything I gave in that point, just rewind back. But I'm about to go into second grade, and second grade relates to a 10-year-old. I'm going through this from a 5-year gap. So for instance, first grade is 5, second grade is 10, third grade is 15, fourth grade is 20. Okay. No, not meditation now. Meditation is for another conversation, but I'm talking about how life is school. And I want you to understand this too. I believe that school that we have in society is used as a training camp. So there's been many scientists, many psychologists, well, I don't know, whatever the gist shit is, whatever the doctors, I don't know the terms, but a lot of doctors explain that you should not have your kids in school because it also represents the same format that a prison moves. And because a prison does the same thing that a school does, that means subconsciously, a lot of these schools are just getting you prepared to work for someone else or be behind a jail cell for someone else. Okay. So I want you to understand, T Wiz, the fact that you're still here and saying I'm not making sense means that your soul knows I'm making sense. Otherwise, you would have left already. So I'm gonna continue. I just lit someone up. Hey, that's funny as hell. All right, so number two, larger addition. So, like I just said, in the second grade, this 10-year-old, let me just not say grades. I'm gonna just say 10-year-old because I'm going by 5 years anyway. So this 10-year-old would do larger addition, larger ways of adding on to the things that nature is showing him, and larger things that add on to the things he's experiencing. So for instance, if you was to get an injury playing basketball, like you, let's say you sprained your wrist, you can look at it from a one-dimensional perspective of, damn, I shouldn't have landed on my wrist like that. Another perspective could be, oh damn, I figured out how I could have avoided that for the future. A third perspective could be, damn, what is spirit teaching me in this moment while I'm injured? A fourth idea can also be, what if my wrist had like inflammation or energy there that I need to tend to and I need to heal and build upon? That's four different concepts of why one injury is happening. That's a larger addition. That's like instead of doing 1 plus 3, you just did 1 plus 4. That's addition in a spiritual tense instead of a, let's say, two-dimensional tense. You know what I'm saying? What does this have to do with school? T-Wiz. What this has to do with school is because school that we see in society is an entire training camp for you to work for someone else or live inside of a jail cell. But life itself is the original school of experiences. And I'm here to explain that. So, intro to multiplication. So, in the concept of school in life, how life is your multiplication, you need to understand this. The way you can multiply yourself in a life of experiences that you are having, you can do this one thing. It's multiple things, but this is just one. You can, if you can take your conscious self out of your own body and be inside of something else or build yourself into something else, then that means that you are also multidimensional. So multiplication is just being multidimensional. So for instance, if there was a bee on a flower, you could visualize yourself as the bee doing whatever the task is on that flower. That's multiplying your consciousness to another entity, to another being. You know what I'm saying? And because you are doing so, this represents a level of exploration in your own awareness. So multiplication is linked to exploration. Addition is linked to adding on to an original thought or adding on different ideas to why an action in life has happened. Subtraction is taking away of anything that doesn't match your frequency, anything that doesn't match who you truly are. Okay? Everyone is keep on saying oil up. I am not motherfucking Magic City. Y'all are bugging. I love the trolls, but oil up is crazy. Oil up is crazy. Now, number two, the last one for a 10-year-old, a 10-year-old kept chilled. Line leaders. Line leaders are those who are able to make the steps so that other people can fall in line. So for instance, if I was, say, for instance, 10 years old and I have a group of friends who's like a year younger than me or the same age as me or another age younger than me, in order for me to be a line leader is to be able to do things that match my authenticity and match what I love to do and show others that you can do the same thing. That's what being a quote unquote line leader is. Because think about this, waves, we are a representation of waves that are solidified because these waves slow down and become a manifestation of something that can be physical, of something that can be utilized and formed into. So think about this. If I wanted to be the first entrepreneur in my family that became a billionaire, right? I am starting the line, the generational line, the timeline of what it means to become that. You know what I'm saying? And to become that, you have to make the steps to do so and be willing to lead others in the line of your time that you're doing. Okay. So that is first and second grade. Number three, larger multiplication. Larger multiplication means that you can imagine yourself into multiple different things and not just beings. So for instance, there's a chair over there. I could visualize me as that chair while watching myself do this video. I can imagine myself as the phone watching me record this video while I am looking at trolls say what they say and I'm still flowing. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine myself as multiple different items outside of just something that is living on a sense of insect or bird or animal. I can manifest my consciousness onto multiple other things. This is multiplication. This is where you become multidimensional. For instance, there's this ring light that I have the phone on right now. This ring light is also a conscious individual because guess what? If I was to, let me think. Now, it's not self-conscious to where like the ring light is going to jump off or some shit, right? But the ring light also has vibration and also has energy. And the way I treat this ring light and energy represents how technology will also be influenced into my future. Okay. So understand that a lot of things that you connect to, whether it is a chair, a fucking bowl, a sink, a damn whatever it is that you connect to every day, the way you respond to it will represent how it either comes back into your life or how that same material is then treated towards you in life. Or shall I say, how it's going to be manifested back into your life. You know what I'm saying? So the way I even think about this Ring camera, I use Meta to have conversations about, you know what I'm saying, bigger things in life. And because I'm having conversations with Meta, that represents a level of futuristic thoughts. It allows me to use this ring light as a representation of another way of Meta looking at me having this conversation. The fact that this person is saying bark, bark, bark just represents he's a dog that's just enjoying this whole energy, this whole flow right now. Rather, his conscious egotistical self may not understand that, but I'm loving it because I'm using it as a way to fuel myself. So let me continue. Division. When you are when you are growing more in your consciousness, I want you to understand that you have to know how to detach from the things that you feel are no longer serving you. And to be specific, I'm talking about a 15-year-old living in the school of life. Learning how to detach the things that's in your life that you feel are not helping anymore. This is where you need to recognize how detachment leads to achievements. So for instance, if anyone that's here right now, tell me what do you want to be in life? Whoever is in this live, text me or type in the chat, what do you want to be in life? Secret Run, EM Track Music, T-Wiz. Okay, EM Track rapper, right? Okay. Secret One said me. Okay, let's just go with rapper, right? Because I do this kind of the same thing. If you wanted to be a rapper, right? You have to detach yourselves from the other rappers that don't support who you truly are. That is detachment. And then when you detach yourselves from the rappers that don't support who you truly are, then that means you get to get into a greater way of authentically tapping into the music inside of you. And then the music inside of you that is waiting to be utilized, waiting to be open, and waiting to be given to the people, you can tap into it more because you're also listening to other people that match the energy you want to bring. And on top of that, you are also playing the vibes that's inside of you that your ancestors have and is willing to grow with you. Okay. So that's what division can help with. That's what detachment can help with. All right. And then the last thing, this third point is reading life. Now, we all have books in this world. We have the Bible, we got the Quran, you got the I only know those two off the top of the head, but there's a lot of different books that we can use to help us in our journey. And it's good. Reading is amazing, not capping. Reading is good. But there's also the next thing that you need to read, energy. Read energy. Everyone that's been texting this live, I'm reading every single one of you all's energy. The one energy that has been the most toxic has been T-Wiz. And I've been tapping into the wizard energy inside of me to give this information in a flow state without having something detach me from what I need to give to the collective. Even if it is 1 to 8 people here, that's something. And then I'm gonna take the clips off of this and post it other places so that more people can see it. Okay? So understand that you can read books all day, but if you can't read energy, you're gonna get lost. If you can't read energy, you're gonna get lost. How do you read energy? You ask questions. How do you read energy? You ask questions. Asking questions is like you at the mall and you just walked out the shoe store with some shoes, but then you see somebody just run from the fucking food court, and you like, the fuck is that? The first thing you should ask yourself is, who are they running from? And if you don't have an internal voice, whether it's yours or something else saying they running from this, or you should follow them, or you should not go that way, or you should go that way. If you don't have an internal compass that is helping you in that moment, you're not actually being able to read life, and life is going to, let's say, life is going to put you on a boat where all you have to do is find a way to steer the boat. It's up to you. Because naturally our body itself is a ship. We are a ship of consciousness. And because we are a ship of consciousness, we have the choice to either sail with others or build our own shit and have people sail with us. You choose how you want to do that. And those who build their own ship are the ones. Those who want to sail with others are following the ones. And guess what? A leader and a follower, they're both important, because without a leader, there wouldn't be any followers. Without any followers, there wouldn't be any leaders. So both are very important in this journey of life that you have, okay? So I went through first grade, which is a 5-year-old, which I talked about addition, adding things in your life, subtraction, releasing things out of your life, and following directions, which is knowing how to follow the entities and follow the right vibrations that really match your soul. And when I say entities, that could be family, that could be nature, and that could be your own soul, because you are a walking entity. And ask questions. You asking questions gives you the ability to think for yourself. That's first grade, which is also a 5-year-old. I am not coming from, when I say grades, I'm not literally, T-Wiz is T-Wizzing, but we're not going to worry about him. When I say ask questions, I'm saying that you need to ask more often what's happening in here, in here, and in here, in life itself. Once you get to start asking what's going on in life itself, then you start to get answers, and then you could break down and get deeper, which is adding on to what you can do. That's first grade. And for each grade I'm doing, it's 5 years difference. We're not talking about first through 8th grade normal school shit. I'm talking about the school of life. Okay. So first grade, 5 years old. Second grade, 10 years addition and subtraction. So if I was to have a thought of barbecue wings, right? To say barbecue wings, you can think about how many wings you want, what size of the wings, do you want wet or dry? Do you want boneless or bone in? Do you want to share it or not? That's adding on to what your desire is. You subtracting is recognizing you do what's the word? When you do reflection, when you take time to do shadow work, that is when you can subtract the things that is leading to uncomfortable situations and uncomfortable things. How to get more subs? I tried, nobody's interested, guys. You just gotta keep posting. Simple as that. All right, let me continue. And to summarize, grade 2, which is a 10-year-old, is intro to multiplication, which is taking your consciousness and understanding that your consciousness is also within everything that's around you. And line leaders. Line leaders are the ones who are the first to go do things that other people are afraid to do. Like if you was in school and, goddamn, if you was in school and you was the one that wanted to go play ball first, now everybody else want to play ball. You are the line leader at that point. You're riding the wave. Or I should say, not line leader, wave leader. Because life is off waves. You start the wave. And how you want the wave to start is up to you. And you are either going to be the leader of that wave or you're going to be the follower of that wave. And then number 3 was which we just finished, represents larger multiplication, understanding that you are everything and everything is you. Which means anything that you connect with, anything that you use, anything you see, you can put your consciousness and connect to it and recognize not only what it can teach you, what it can show you, and then what you can also do with it is observe you from an external point of view with your mind's eye. And then division, which is the power of detaching. And then reading life. Yes, read your books. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually plan on reading more too when I get the time to. But in this time that I'm in right now, I'm reading life. I'm recognizing the life that I'm living in right now and how I can use the things that I'm observing to help me and encourage my future. Thank you, Secret Run, for subscribing. I appreciate you. Thank you, T Wiz, for T Wizzing up. I'm still can keep on wizarding up myself. Now we are on number 4. This grade represents a 20-year-old. I'm 23, so I came from this diaphragm or paradigm already. All right. I love that I'm at 26 minutes and I feel like I've said a lot of great things. I cannot wait to hear this back later on today because it's 1:06 and I have to go to work in the next 8 hours. Yeah. All right. So look, number 4, this represents a 20-year-old. Group field trips. What do I mean by group field trips? Understand that because you're doing everything that you need to do to learn and grow and expand, it is important that you take the time to group with other people, share the knowledge that you've learned and build off the knowledge that you learned. And then if it's other people that don't match that exact same paradigm that you're coming from, this can teach you how to embrace other perspectives. Because if you can embrace other perspectives, then you can do a better job of embracing the other versions of you. So this is where we get into multi-dimensions. This is where we get to parallel universes. Just like how all of you all are texting and typing in this video right now, all of you are a version of me, and I am a version of all of you. I'm a version of T Wiz. I'm a version of E-Trick, M-Track Music. I'm a version of Savage. Me, that's how you, Secret One. We are all unified in this moment right here. Whether you're saying positive things or negative things, all of us are in unison at this moment. That represents a parallel universe. Whether you are male or female, the universe doesn't care about gender. It cares about the energy. It cares about something being done. And this is why when you tap into other people, when you listen to other people, when you be around other people, when you embrace other perspectives, it gives you the ability to grow your own perspective. It's kind of like if you wanted to be a skateboarder, you will hang around other skateboarders because you want to see how they do it and how good you can be. If you want to be a rapper, go hang, and the list goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't do exact same thing you do, it could be like a branch off. So for instance, every photographer can be in any environment because who doesn't like a good picture, or who doesn't like a good video, or who doesn't like a good scenery? You know what I'm saying? Everybody has that. Everyone has that one friend that's cool as fuck but don't really do shit. That's that one guy. Ahaki was that one guy. So group projects, group field trips are important, and group projects also leads into where teamwork creates something great. Because I think thank you, Secret One, for being such a supporting factor in this moment. I love you. I appreciate you. And I love all of the rest of you too. But Secret One, you being the one right now, and I love it. And you got, is that Yoda on the screen? I don't know who that is. Let me continue. Thank you, though, Secret One. Group projects. This is like when you see a music video done. This is like when you see a TV mountain on the wall. This is when you see dinner being made. A group project is when things are put together from a collective assisted drive, a collective assisted drive. That sounded kind of too much. This is just when people come together and create something, just to simply put it. Group projects is when people come together and create something greater than what it was in the beginning. Because everything starts up as an idea. I had an idea to make this live video to go live on here like 3 days ago. But I'm doing it now because right now matches the energy of how I need to really give this message and let it be known to people, whether it's a lot or a little. Thank you to people who are here. For everyone that is in this live, you can comment whatever. I don't care. Just make sure you like the video and share it to people while you are here. Let's continue. And the last thing for number 4, the 20-year-old, the 4th grader, both is teamwork. You can have all the knowledge in the world. You can have all the money you want, all that shit. But guess what? It doesn't matter if you don't have teamwork. It does not matter if you don't have teamwork. It took teamwork to build this house. It took teamwork to build this phone. It took teamwork to build this body. Guess what? My dad nutted in my mother, and now I'm here. That's teamwork, isn't it not? That's teamwork. Even this mic, the mic is on my onk. Without the mic and the onk being here at the same time, it would not be no teamwork. Without this phone in my hand, there wouldn't be no teamwork to make this video how it really needs to be. So understand, teamwork is important. Teamwork to build a farm, that's real shit. Because building a farm means self-sustaining food, self-sustaining products that it can help you live longer and live more organic in your life. So teamwork is important. Group projects is important. Group field trips is important. Doing things with other people is important. Even if you up here in energy or down here in energy or right here in energy, guess what? In all levels of life, you gonna need some teamwork from someone. But sometimes teamwork hurts us though. That's true. But guess what? When you get hurt, what does it do? Build character. It builds character because that lesson turns you into that concept, that idea of like, damn, I don't want that shit to happen to me anymore. I'm gonna make sure that don't happen. Then if you focus on making sure it don't happen, you are gonna end up changing yourself so that you can get into a better position of being the better you. All right. And then this also leads to relationships, men and women, friendships like men and men, friendships like woman and woman. All of this ties together. All of this ties together. Okay. Number 5, Cinco, 25. This is the representation of self-reflection, shadow work, and accountability. The more you grow in life, the more you start to recognize how beautiful life is. The more you expand your knowledge, your wisdom, there's the word. The more you expand your wisdom, allows you to recognize how much you've grown from where you were and where you at. Sometimes you need to go back to make sure where you were is still in alignment to where you going. Because where you going is always going to be like more and more greater than you started. But you never want to go too far without really recognizing where you started. All right. Now, let me make that make more sense because when I said it, it felt kind of weird. Where you go is a manifestation of how you started. So think of a tree. If I was to plant a seed in the grass with the dirt, with some water, that's the roots. That's where it was. That's the beginning, I should say. Yeah, that's the beginning. And when the tree grows, that's where it wants to be. That's the future. That's the growth. Whatever you decide to do, if you are representation of like, I'm gonna just use music as an idea. If you want to get better at music, being a rapper, you have to understand that you have to get there. And to get there, you have to know where you at. And to know where you at is to understand what is rooted to you. What are your roots? What makes you a rapper? What morals do you stand by? What are you going to talk about? And are you going to stay in that same environment? Or are you going to build from this environment? It's one or the other. You're either going to stay there and talk about the same shit and go straight, or you're going to be here and you're going to flow forward. It's one or the other. It's one or the other, in my opinion. Because there's a lot of rappers out here that talk about the same shit, but then they get money and they get fame, but they still talking about the same shit. So You're, yes, evolving in the things you want, far as finances, having free time. But if you're not evolving as a person, evolving in the things you're talking about, you're not doing nothing else but recycling the same reality that you had in the beginning. Yes, you may have money, but you're still rooted where you were. You need to grow from that with the money that comes, because if you grow with that, with the money that comes, guess what? You become an everlasting artist. You become a legendary artist. You feel me? So that's self reflection, shadow work. This is when you basically face your own demons. If we really want to be honest right now, T Wiz is high key a demon right now because he's demanding energy. He's demanding me to stop. He's demanding all of this, that, right? But guess what? If you can face your demons, love your demons, they could turn into angels one day. Now, I'm not saying T Wiz gonna just transform right here, right now. Hell no. But guess what? There's a spirit and there's a soul inside of him that is slowly hearing the words that I say. And it may not trickle something right now, but it's slowly festering a difference. It's only up to him if he wants to change that. And look, now he's saying, yeah, you should stop. That just says that. But I have questions. If having friends is good, because like sometimes they gone and left me alone, do you think I should be friends with them? If your friends are leaving you, that means you need to tap into you. I've had that experience happen to me a lot where I will always be left behind. I will always be stuck alone, but I didn't recognize what the fuck that was. I used to get pissed, but I didn't say nothing because I'm like, maybe it's just how they treat me. I don't know. I don't know. That's being simple minded. You need to recognize if people are leaving you, if people are moving ahead of you, that just means I see it as three things. Three things. If people are leaving you, then that means that they're if they're leaving you, they're afraid of you. They're afraid of your potential. So they're leaving you so that when they go do with the things that they do, you don't cause an altercation in the things that they got going on. And that altercation doesn't have to be like something bad. So like you could be the peace and the light, but they're always chaotic. So that just means that if they're always chaotic and you're the peaceful one, you're just gonna you're gonna fuck up the vibe basically. That's like if you used to go into a studio and everybody's smoking and rapping, talking about the same shit, and you used to be like, "Hey, bro, can we not smoke today?" Everybody gonna be like, "Who the fuck? Who brung him? Who brung bro? We do this every day." That's how I be with certain people, and that's the first thing. The second thing is, if people are leaving you, then that means there's a part of you that keeps leaving yourself. Maybe there is an energy inside of you, whether it's your inner child, like if you 20 or 15, every year before you became that age that you are now has a literal consciousness, has a consciousness. And because each consciousness that is the age that you are has its own individual reality. And if you're not able to either heal or acknowledge that reality, you're going to continue to recycle the same bullshit. This is where loops come into play. This is where repeating cycles come into play. All of that shit. And then number three, hold up, hold up. Are we good now? Can someone let me know if we good? Give a thumbs up or something. Can someone say we good? Someone let me know. Someone let me know, please. Let me know I'm good. Give an emoji. Say what's up. Say you're right. You straight. Yes. All right. Thank you, music. I appreciate it. So number one, if they leaving you, is because your energy can impact them in a way that they won't like it. Number two, if they leaving you, then that means there's an energy inside of you that you keep leaving and you need to acknowledge it. And number three, if they leaving you, maybe you should spend more time with you because they don't fuck with you. As simple as that. That's why when you have friends, or specifically when you hang around people, whether it's for the first, second, third, whatever time, if you notice certain tendencies that you don't like and you don't address it, You're allowing your subconscious boundaries and triggers to be stepped on. And when they get stepped on, it's like, you feel me? It's like, damn, it's like it don't even exist. All right. And here's the last thing, accountability. Accountability. When you're living life, if you can be accountable for your emotions, your actions, your thoughts, and how you treat others, I just wanted motivation. I'm happy to give you that motivation. And this is where I take accountability in giving you that motivation. T Wiz, I'm happy you here, even though you were very much troll like the whole time, but you've been here the whole time supporting me just by being here. And I thank you. Thank you, music, for being here, even though you said some wild shit too, but I love you. I love you all for being who you are, and I'm cool with that. And secret one, I want you to know you are your own secret one, your secret gift. You are the gift that you need to have and need to be. You just have to understand it. You have to acknowledge it. You got to embrace it. Tell yourself I love you a little bit more. All right. So the more accountable you are for yourself, the more you get to recognize the blessings that come to you and the blessings that you can utilize. Okay. The blessings that you can utilize and the blessings that come to you are representation of your level of accountability. So if you want, like a lot of spiritual people, they have a lot of like growth, money, following, and all of that. That's because they've grown in being accountable for themselves. You know what I'm saying? If you are accountable for yourself, the universe is going to continue to bless you. As simple as that. That's what it simply means. And for those like myself who's growing my accountability, who's growing the ability to obtain and understand not only knowledge but finances in a better way, that means my accountability is rising as well. Excuse me. So now we talked about the fifth grader, the 25-year-old. Now this is 25-year-old. Now this is the 30-year-old, which is representation in my school of experience or life of experience, which is a school itself. This is where we talk about the 30-year-old. Now, when you 30, you basically OG. You big dog. You feel me? You OG at that point. You know what I'm saying? And as an OG, you need to be the one. And being the one don't have to be like, you don't have to be exactly Neo. You don't have to be the superhero, none of that. You can if you want. It's up to you. But understand accountability again. Here's the thing. When it comes to being the one and you the OG in the environment, the things you say, the things you do, the way you act, the way you think literally matters. Because at that point, you've lived 30 years of your life. If you've lived 30 years of your life and you haven't recognized how accountable you need to be for your words, your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions, then that means you're being a victim to your reality. You need to be the solution of your reality. You need to be the one that can help the young brother who's trying to get his mind right, but he keeps selling perks and smoking weed and hanging with gangsta niggas and not finding his true path. You need to be the one to pull him to the side and have a real one-on-one conversation with him, just so he can get out of his own darkness and recognize he's the light at his own tunnel. He's the light in his tunnel. It's like when you're driving on a highway. I live in near Atlanta, and there's a one part of the highway where there's lights under the tunnel. You need to light up your own tunnel, because if you don't, something else will, and that's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other conversation. All right. And here's a acronym I made with the name or the word one. This is an acronym I made. Observe new experiences. ONE. Observe new experiences. Now, this goes for all ages. It don't matter if you 16, 17, 30, 69, 24, 32, doesn't matter the age. Being the one is observing new experiences. And when you observe new experiences, guess what? You observe new outcomes. Let me make sure it's straight. All right. You observe new outcomes. Nah. uh, guess what, guys? Everyone who's watching, there's a specific individual that just wants me to answer him so he can leave. And I'm like, nah, you can stay here and be a troll. It's okay. I love you though. So be the one. Observe new experiences. Be the one. Let your mind, how I say it, be the one. Make your mind strong and your heart secure. Stay in tune. Be in tune. I forgot how I said it. I should actually go live when they just play my music, to be honest. I should. So once again, be the one. Observe new experiences, man. Observe new experiences. Don't be the same as everybody else that came before you, because everyone that came before you are before you for a reason. But you are right now. You are the now. And being the now, being the present being, means you have the present of changing the present or changing the future. Use your potential for a greater experience. Okay? Find you in everything. This is for the 35-year-olds. This is for the seventh grader, however you want to look at it. Either or. I say 35-year-old and the seventh grader, because guess what? Both of y'all matter. Okay? Look, if you can find you in everything that surrounds you, you will tend to respect you and everything that has to do with you. So for instance, if I didn't have respect for myself, I would have been spazzing at whatever T Wiz was saying, because he's been whizzing out the whole time. But guess what? I have a level of not only patience, passion, love, discipline, consistency, and the mindset that everything is connected to me. And because I know that everything is connected to me, I know that T Wiz is just another example of an entity that resides in me, because ain't nobody else out here, that resides in me, that is here to watch this exact experience, watch me talk to this phone, even though T Wiz may be either a person or a bot or both, watching this video, trying to throw me off my rhythm, off my flow. But I've been using it as a way to build my flow, build my growth, and flow into the space, into the timeline that I desire. That is the power of finding you in everything. If you can find you in everything, you can be you in every environment. That's powerful. Hold up. If you can find you in everything, you can be you in every environment. That's beautiful. I ain't gonna cap. That's top tier. That's top tier. And here's the last thing, and we're gonna end it off with this last point. Graduate from your child self to your, if you're a female, to your mother-like self, or if you're a male, to your father-like self. So what does that mean? Graduate from your child self to your father and mother-like self. What does that mean? So we are still that same child that was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. We're just evolved from that position, evolved from that age. And sometimes we don't get to heal ourselves or heal ourselves as we're living life. And certain things get pushed down to where it causes more friction in the future. Those who have childhood trauma, those who've never healed from their mom's problems that they've seen, those who've never healed from brother-like trauma, sibling trauma, whatever. Those who've never healed from their traumas, it rises and shoots out as you're older, because now that energy has a more impactful buildup, that it has a chance to fully express itself, even if you are the one that's reaping the percussions of your old self projecting itself in the now, which is hurting everything around you. What is an example of this? Imagine if this would be fucked, but this is the example I got. Imagine someone took a shit in a fucking air freshener and they never cleaned the fucking air freshener. but they still have like the lavender smell on the air freshener. They still spray it everywhere. So yeah, you may be having that lavender smell, but it's mixed with shit, literal shit. So you need to clean that bottle out so that you can actually gain the actual freedom of spraying freshness around you. This is what a lot of people do. They build up on shit and not literally clean themselves out or release the things that is not needed to be used anymore. And it puts them in a position of, guess what? Shitting on everyone in the wrong ways. I have an acronym for shit. SHIT. Supreme Healing in Time. And there's another one. Supreme Hero or Superhero in Time. So you can either, it's 3 different types of shits in my opinion. 3 different types. Well, let's do 4. 4 different types of shits you could do on people. You can either shit on someone, make them feel bad, make them feel like shit. You can shit on someone, mean stunning on them, brag on them, or you can be the superhero in time, or you can be the supreme healer in time. You decide how you want to do it. Because think about this, a compass goes 4 directions, or a compass has 4 main directions, but there's also little axes in that compass. You choose where you want to put your compass or where you want to direct yourself. And if you direct yourself bragging about bullshit, that shit gonna be taken away from you at a certain point, and then you ain't gonna have shit to brag about. If you shitting on people, disrespecting people, unknowingly being an asshole, unknowingly being narcissistic, you're gonna receive narcissistic asshole bullshit to from you give to people. It's gonna come back to you. What's the best advice you can give to a 16-year-old male? The best advice I can give you is, I'll give you 2 ones right here. Listen up. If you're 16 years old, hear me out. Number 1, if you're not afraid to address your friends when they do some fucked up shit, you shouldn't be friends with them. That's number 1. If you're not ready to, if you cannot address your friends on the fucked up shit that they did, you should not be friends with them. And number 2, respect yourself so you can be respectful to others. Respect yourself so you can be respectful to others. All right? Why do I give you those 2 examples instead of the common love yourself, figure out who you are? Because guess what? When you're 16, you want a friend group. You want to be around people. You want to hang out. You want to be with the gang. You want to be with the squad. And here's the thing, you could be with the gang, you could be with the squad, but if you're not respecting yourself around those people, they're going to disrespect you and you're going to act like, oh, they just cool with me. That's how they be. No, gang, they're being disrespectful. You need to stand 10 toes and respect yourself. And then if they can respect that you respecting yourself, then they your friends. Those some real ones. They gonna be there for you. You feel me? But if they feel some type of way by you addressing them, if they don't know how to address altercation, then these men don't have a sense of wholeness within them. You know the term holy men? You need to find a sense of wholeness within yourself so that you could bring more wholeness individuals around you. That's what I would give to the advice. That's the best advice I would give to a 16-year-old right now. And to allow myself to finish off this live, because we're about to almost approach an hour. I'm enjoying this whole moment. This is beautiful. Thank you, Freshness in Town, for asking that question. I really appreciate it. Hey, I'm gonna go tell everyone to subscribe to you and also keep doing your videos. Thanks for motivation, speech, and T-Ways and mentor. You guys are the best. Okay, bye. Thank you, Secret One, for that wonderful words of encouragement. So when you are, what's the word? What's 8 times 4, y'all? Does anyone know? Who knows what 8 times 4 is? I mean, 8 times 5. My bad. My bad. If you know what 8 times 5 is, type it in. Let's see if niggas know quick math. Let's see if niggas know quick math. What's 8 times 5, gang? 40. Ah, ain't know what he doing. All right. I asked you that because this nigga said 39. I'm not gonna waste time. I asked you that because at the age of 40, you should have an understanding of your inner child, your teenage self, your 20-year-old self, and your 30-year-old self. You should be able to have an understanding with each versions of you so that you can understand which versions of you that you need to continue to grow, to continue to live, and continue to feel young. Because the problem with in this society right now, not only people are afraid. Okay, can you hear me now? It may sound a little bit I haven't charged this mic in a minute. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. If you can hear me, put a number out or emoji. If you can hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. Now I can hear you. Awesome. What the fuck is that in my... Okay. All right, so to continue what I was saying, when you are at the age of 40, you should have an understanding of your childhood, teenage, middle age, and 30-year-old self. Middle age is like 20, 25, all right? And you need to know how to tap into these versions of yourself so you can love all the aspects of you because, yes, you are getting older. Yes, your body is decaying faster. Yes, you will have a higher rate of transitioning to the next life. But guess what? You still matter. You still matter. You can be, like T-Wiz say, 69, but you still matter. You're still here. And then if you think about it on a simpler way, you're still matter. You're still in a body. Your body's still holding on to your soul and spirit for a reason. So there's still a purpose for you here. So it doesn't matter what age you are. You should want to embrace the old versions of you. However, I'm saying the 40-year-old specifically because when you get to 40 years old, that's when you have this thing called midlife crisis, when you feel like you can be 25 again. Where really that's just your 25-year-old saying like, hey, let's do some 25-year-old shit. Can we do this? And you could either be like, I'm too old for that shit. Guess what? You're going to have a midlife crisis where you like, man, I could die tomorrow. I'm finna do some stupid shit. I'm finna do some wild shit. When really you can embrace the fact that you are older and your younger self wants to have fun, so go have fun. Just go have fun. It's okay to have fun. Am I religious? No, I'm not religious. I am spiritual. I am soulful. Religious is a whole other conversation. We could talk about that another day. I don't want to throw myself off the focus I'm on right now. So to continue what I'm saying, excuse me. You have to graduate from being the old version of you. Graduation is recognizing you're not who you used to be. Example, when you graduate from high school to college, you recognize like, damn, I'm not a high schooler no more. I'm in college now. I can't do the same shit. When you're 40, you cannot do the same shit that you was doing when you was 20, especially if you haven't prepared your body to continue to do the same things. A lot of the reason why a lot of older guys say, you gonna have knee problems and shit, you know what I'm saying? When you get to a certain age, your knees gonna hurt. Nigga, you ain't been taking care of your body. So now your body is aching when you at an older age. You know what I'm saying? The more you take care of yourself at a younger age, the longer your body's going to last. It's equivalent to like a car. If I get a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla or a Kia goddamn Optima, if I get it brand new, and I take care of it, guess what? That car is going to last for a very long time. There's cars that can go up to 300 to 400,000 miles per hour, miles on the car. 300 to 400,000 miles on a car. I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know. I figured that out like a couple weeks ago, especially a Civic. And that's because Civics are durable. Imagine, like, not even trying to be racist. You can think of the two main bodies that I feel like are the most long that we see on social media, that are fluid, that are strong, that are also long lasting, is black people and Asian people. That's just being honest. When black people keep their body in shape, they are going to be in shape for a long time. When Asian people get in shape, they're in shape for a very long time. And then, you know, then whites right under, then Mexican, Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? It goes down the line. And that's the thing. Don't care about the numbers of how you, like the weights and the 15% body fat. Fuck all that. How do you feel? If you was to ask your fucking stomach, hey stomach, how do we feel? If you can hear good, then you good. If you can hear I ain't gonna lie, we need to work out or something because this shit ain't working, then you need to work out or something because shit ain't working. Like, your body, not everybody has the ability to tap into to how complex their body and mind is. But if you get a simple answer, that means you need to do some shit that needs to align with that answer, especially if it has to do with your body and health. That's just a fact. I'm asking if that's a good body type. I guess so, bro. 6'3", 250. That sounds like goddamn LeBron if he was 6'3", I guess. I don't know. I'm not a health doctor, so I can't say. But what I can say is how you feel inside of your body matters more than how someone says how your body should look. Because guess what? It's your body. What you decide to do with your body is up to you. Nobody else can take that away from you. Nobody else can take that away from you. And if you let them take that away from you, then that means you don't respect your body. You don't. And you need to more often. You know what I'm saying? You got to more often. You were blessed with it for a reason. You were blessed with it for a reason. You matter. Like, I'm saying that in two different, like, dimensional ways, but really it's like a 6-dimensional way of how I'm saying it. Like, matter, physical. This is matter. It's physical. You matter because you're physical. We are different phases and different aspects of matter. I'm holding air right now, but guess what? It's in a different state of matter. So you don't see the air I'm holding, but you just see me holding my hand here on some shit. So that's the end of this video. I appreciate y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all for being here. Life is a school. I'm gonna summarize it like this. Life itself is a school. Every 5 years, you have the ability to change something that is going on in your life to let it benefit you in a huge way. Now, yes, every 7 years, we tap into another aspect of our conscious ladder. And our ladder is our energetic ladder, which is our root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra, and even more chakras after that. Each 7 years, you tap into the power of those chakras, yes. However, every 5 years, I firmly believe you have the ability to shift the diaphragm, shift the paradigm of what life is giving you by simply embracing the fact that in each stage, you need to tap into something. And like I said, basic math I'm gonna start like this. For 5-year-olds, if you're a parent, if your child is from 1 to 5, you need to teach them these things as they're growing. Basic math, adding things in life that make sense and subtracting things in life that don't make sense. 2, follow directions. If your child knows how to follow directions and follow their soul, then they'll be able to be straight. You feel me? And then ask questions. That's for the 5-year-old. For the 10-year-old, add more things into your thought process when you're thinking of stuff. Don't be one directional. If you have a thought about basketball, think about basketball going forward, think about a basketball going left, think about a basketball going right and backwards. You can even go up or down. That's adding different aspects of where your thought process can go. And then subtracting as well. Subtracting is like, man, I don't like eating mac and cheese. Let's say some shit. I don't like eating mac and cheese. Why don't you like eating mac and cheese? Because I don't like this. I don't like that. Okay. Would you have mac and cheese in a different form if you had different ingredients? Yeah. That's subtracting, because you're taking away the things you don't like and then you bringing in things that you feel like will be a greater amplification for that meal or for that desire. And intro to multiplication. You are everything and everything is you. You are the phone that you're looking at. The phone is you. You are the person that's speaking and you are the person that's listening. I am the insects that's around me, and I am also the being that is here talking to the insects around me while talking to this phone. Multiplication. Multiply, knowing that you're not just this body. You're more than just this body. And then guess what? If you know how to multiply, you know how to lead. Because if you can lead your consciousness into understanding that you're more than just everything, you can connect to everything, then that means you can lead something. You can be a force. You can start some great things. That is for the 10th grader. For the 15-year-old, multiplying more, understanding that you're more than just what you see. You're also the elements, my boy. The water you drink, you're that water. You want a Gatorade? You want a Gatorade? You're the Gatorade. You want a blue Powerade? You're the Powerade. You are that. So maybe you should get more, you should be more appreciative for the things you have. And then reading. Reading books and reading life. Life gives you signs, and books have a whole lot of signs in it. Every letter is a representation of a sign. T-Wiz text is just around you. ITS is a sign. You can make an acronym with that. You could turn it into something else, whatever. All just the word ITS. It can be a sign from the universe to give you something. And you can use it for how you want to use it, because what do you have? Free will. Number 4, for the 20-year-old, hang with more people. Be around people that match your energy. And if you're around people that don't match your energy, you need to figure out why. You need to figure out why. And this goes into teamwork. The teamwork can be either you talking to your mother, your brother, your dad, your cousin, your sister, whoever. If you are around people you don't like, even if it is family, not saying that it is, but even if it is, you need to figure out why. And then be honest with yourself. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Number 5, this is for the 25-year-old. Self-reflection, shadow work, and accountability. Understand that, bro, everything you encounter is another version of you. Doing your shadow work is handling the demons inside of you. Taking accountability gets you alignment with the angels that support you. Number 6, for the 30-year-old, for the OGs, for the big dogs. The big dogs can just be, OGs. Anyway, for the OGs, observe new experiences so that the younger generation before you can be greater than you. You're not going to be here forever, but your consciousness and what you've given to someone else can last forever. So give a reason to observe new experiences. And then for the 35-year-old, find you in everything. This gives you the ability to respect things, love things, acknowledge things, and guess what? Empower things. That's some shit. That's some superhero in time for real. And then number 8, graduation. 40-year-old man or woman, you have not only your child self, your teenage self, your 20-year-old self, and your 30-year-old self. For each version of you, I want you to understand this very clearly. These are different aspects of your creativity, emotional baggage, perception, and how you handle your problems. Hell yeah, I'm gonna be a cool grandpa. Let me continue though, because I'm almost done. It's almost 2 o'clock. I feel like I'm on a roll right now. So understand this: for the 4-year-old, you need to understand that each version of you that you've grown from is still a part of you. And because this is still a part of you, you need to love the fact that you've grown from these positions, and you need to love the fact that you can tap into those versions of you without feeling bad about it. Because there's people in this world that'll do what? Make you feel bad about being an elder. And because you are an elder, what does that mean? You have a superpower. You've lived through some shit. You've been through some shit. You've been the super healer, the supreme healer, the superhero. You've even been the motherfucker that shit on people, that was bragging about shit. You've been a person that's put people down. But guess what? It's up to you to decide what you're going to continue to do. It's up to you to decide what you're going to continue to do. All right? So thank you all for watching. This is the longest live I did, and I feel like this has been the most authentic live and most empowering live I've ever done. And I'm grateful for it, and I'm going to post clips of this everywhere. Thank you all for that damn words. Thank you everyone that has been here. Thank you T-Wiz. Thank you Freshest in the Town. Thank you Secret Me. Thank you to the rapper that was here. Thank you to everyone else that was at the beginning. I appreciate all of you. I love you. If you can, share this to somebody that you know and love that needs to hear this message. Remember, life is school, and the schools that are in life is just a training camp. Just being honest. I love y'all. Peace.